And his name is Akwaboah, and you know, his presence in the music industry was first felt through a female voice, and a lot of people were asking questions behind the song "Da Keda Keda" by Beko, and until the music awards that he actually mounted the stage with the artist and took an award for the best songwriter in a year that a lot of people were like, okay, so this is the man behind all these writings and all these compositions. Now, little did we know that he has gotten a unique voice that he was actually not sharing with the world. Most of us heard him sing and we were like, wow, this is an amazing vocalist and also a songwriter. And today, he's here as I play host to Akwaboah Jr. Music runs through the family, but I don't know. He could not have been a boxer, he could not have been a teacher, he could not have chosen any other profession, not being a musician. If I didn't know a now, maybe I'm for, but why music now? Akwaboah,
yeah.
Brother, I'm putting to say.
Namiadum, now so.
Janadum, Bibia Shayede.
Namiadum, Boko.
Now, a lot of us, we like the way that you go about your craft and the things that you do. Yeah. But for starters, let's go way back into the memory lane. How did your musical journey, or probably getting into music, being an instrumentalist, that kind of thing, how did it start for you?
I think mine started way back, like in Kumasi, at church, CAC International, somewhere around Tafu.
Kumasi, yeah.
Kumasi, yeah. Me do
CAC?
Yes, Tafu branch. When I got there, there was a card with diagrams on them teaching you how to play the keyboard, but there was nobody to learn. So I took it upon myself that every Sunday I was going to learn at least a piece, a key, before I leave the place. So gradually I taught myself how to play the keyboard. From there, I had some friends that were like band members, shabu players here. They took me in, and for the fact that they knew my dad to be a great musician, they wanted me to play like my dad. So yeah, I started playing with them from grassy to grassy. Playing. Before I left here to Accra, I went to join a band, Joyful Saints. Played for them. By then, I played for them for like 2-3 years, and then I went to play for Nat Brew, Amanziba.
Hey.
Yes, for extra 2 years before I came to join Becker's band for 4 years. So, band here, my Bobby, that's where everything started as an instrumentalist. But then my first break into the music industry was when I wrote Dark Keda for Becker, yeah.
But now, before you get into say and you Becker, now being in the band and now a major role na adding.
Not me a keyboardist. I was a keyboardist for the band, and then sometimes I used to back those like the lead singers to me keyboard then, but now still I'm backing. So.
But that time now one down what is only you to.
Oh, now I knew say I wanted to be a musician, but I was still learning. I was still in the learning process. So see if she has had to see more, all right. But then there were people who would sing, and I was the only keyboardist by then.
Okay.
So I was just doing my job as a keyboardist. But somewhere along the line, I knew say, I'm never say.
Uze say is a Gabusian can you moves and random to man can you can say coffee changes and I don't know the Koyesa.
I think it's the fact that Ajuma Biano also Sia. And you say Bia, men and papa every and I'm motor man in dinner. May buy an Amazon baby blue, it's never possible. And I believe that Juma Biano, even if you're a doctor, you fear Moko. Like school to be and to do on catches with you, yeah, they know the right medicine to give to you. You get it. And so for me, I felt where my school was through the band to build me up with the experience of being like a full-grown musician, and that was what I went through to become who I am today.
Now, at what point now who say utumi shironyoma utrebi and la who before one kasa or get it or jumping behind the microphone to sing.
Okay.
Help us with some of the songs that you wrote for artists and the.
So I didn't even know I knew how to write a song, or I didn't know I had the gift of writing songs. I was just always writing songs at home. Until one day I wrote one song and me catch him was say and you media me feel say a manual Sabeka tour it will make the impact that I'm looking for. And you know, as a band member I went to see the manager who was Kessben by then. So I spoke to him, said me and I sent me the keyboard boy me record it. So I played it for him. To T and was a great song. So we went to the studio. One guy called Akwaboah, one of the keyboards man Kujentry. We went to the studio, we got the song recorded, and the song picked up like that. That's when I realized that we also can't you get my point. And then there was one guy working with Kessben. His name was Kessben. He also brought his artist, so we mentioned about Komano. And that was ASP Kufisapon.
Okay.
I said, "Me conserve bimu," and I said, "Me kwa money bimu."
I don't know try.
But trying. See, free one and send baby back for a fear, which is best in me.
Best in me.
Yes. And also, I went to the studio to go and work on my song, but then not all about links entertainment. Yeah. So Richie wanted a song for her, so I had to put mine aside and then write one song for a fear, and that's how best in me came about.
That time,
we answer me.
Ansana wangaza. But that time na unya enko studio enko recorded. But Music Awards, you were awarded for your creativity.
Yeah.
How was the feeling that night?
It was a good feeling, at least. So be recognizing what you're doing. It gives you that morale. It builds you up. Say, okay, you can do more. And I think after that, that was when I released I Do Love You.
I Do Love You.
That was somewhere around 2010, 11. So yeah, I felt very great. Say me, you know, how my diamond yellow be not just all of a sudden Obi a horn my body and brand TV now so
and I say Akwaboah
yeah. So it was actually a good feeling. That day grandma now.
Wonder.
I want dimensions and now better. Dimensions are you get my point. Because yeah, they say you've been recognized for some things that you did. Yeah.
But Akwaboah now, at what point now okay say no, after writing successfully for these artists, I want to take
a bold step.
Music as something that I want to do?
So I was part of a band. Let me make the story short for you. I was part of a band. We were actually the band for VGMAs almost every year. I played VGMAs for like 4 years. You get my point, every year. So those times we used to play for artists of Bibri, almost like 18 of them. And imagine them sing 4 songs each. That night. That time night VGMs me kaipa near Pombe 4 a.m. 3 a.m. that time. It was a dome, conference center dome. And one artist be bow for rehearsal. We had rest for like 2 weeks. More perfumes and everything. Challenge is here. My did you much, you know. Or buy and just a bomb money. There was a snare drum. We said training back middle a snare drum. Yeah, one you know was boss, Pacho, Chinamaye. So at the back of my keyboard, I'm like, what you need the girls with you wouldn't snare drum, and yet you are huge like big star in Ghana. I mean, how? In the honor me to get to one, I was kind of mad, but I kept quiet. We went for the event on a Saturday, you know. We had to rehearse from Friday through to Saturday morning. And we were told to go home, rest for like 3 hours and come back because I feel an artist Nankasa Beba. So we did a sound check on Friday evening. Could you believe that nobody gave us water or anything because they literally didn't care. We came back the next morning and remember could be rest before the show starts. And Sunday champagne, niches and Hennessy, SCC tables. I'm like, these people came for us just for 2 days. I've been there for 2 weeks. My bread 8 to 8 in the morning, and nobody has given me just in so cup cry. Like it looks like be on. Then I was like, no, maybe we are. That will be it for me, for the band. I think now I have to step forward and start singing. And you know, I told my friend, say Charlie, once we are done, that will be my last. So we need to start preparing somebody. After that, we started preparing. I came home with nothing. That was a bold step I took. And yes, I'm discovered account more. And as an instrumentalist, so much will be a bra. I come the bedo. There were times that for a whole year I wasn't doing anything for anybody. I was just home. Until one day a PH called me. He was like, Akwaboah, Vodafone Icons, I'm up a voice coach. With my ear. And then a spirit told me, Kaso with my ear. And I was like, yeah, meet my ear. No, so okay, that's how it started. They started paying me 10,000 cedis first time. A moon me be 7K and I try. I do love your video. To me, the 3K and the chassis and they go up and down. And that is how everything started for me. I stopped playing the band. And, yeah. It just motivated me like that to do it.
Treatment and then my artists, no. Most of my artists, but now say you should have more.
Obia, I said, yeah, of Maba, and some of Maba. You be with Yamoka, and the urban there. And a conversation has baby, and no one knows on a Osu. There's no food around our because of go to be. And say, come do one on this cow, one brave brenner. Don't you to be any? Now we have to 1 year train. A transfer my brave and Zoo and Matt. I'm saying, me, be free, move free. My 5 years.
Now, taking that bold step and recording your first single, I Do Love You. How was the studio session for you like, and who was behind the recording your first time in the studio?
I had some friends, Circle, guy back a friend CD and a Bullet, or US. They started teaching me how to produce music. So that's where I did my first recording. Our mom recorded me. So my first song growing up on it was like a demo. And yeah, the real song I bet because this is well mastered song. And to me about movie I feel me say me car and son I son call back into better I Do Love You. I'm 2 types.
Yeah.
Baku looks like a studio one and there's one that's very like
as about naming a live bisa. Some said that they share to
no I know. Yes.
In the internet there are 3 versions.
Yes.
That's the first one, the demo.
First one, yes. And on that, I had my management team and I'm no knockout concepts. Now I'm radio station for Accra, YFM. And you know, I'm about demo now. Me want to say I didn't spread it. And then we can call it. And maybe Akwaboah no after me call them go in. And Sunday, I have even remixed with Ice Prince.
Ice Prince Amani.
Yes.
But writing that song, I know now actually you baby I'm Becca, Fia, any others are now owns an echo. Now one can so kwako rest studio classic Kenyo. Na demo na we
yeah.
And you must say epic, you know. What was running through your mind?
That I could do more. It wasn't easy. Because there were times that I'd go for shows. Me and Metom Bibi, I'm a Kobosha Bukakra, 1,000 cedis, and I'm the Kokoto. Costume for myself, my share. Maba, I perform. We cry, my dance cry, Emma. But then I still knew so once the song started picking up, and then I wife from Mbopa. So people didn't actually know who the Akwaboah is, but then yeah, but Omuti ya to say, and then you win a wage, now you know, the radio presenters, no, Omo they are one. Yeah. So they started sharing it, and that's how everything started picking up.
But say na if you so nyumo ho, ona a musician, no papa a musician.
Yeah.
And why this can also a baby one can name why they uniska day. Why not getting the backing from the house?
Oh, say na me nana efrimo. And I'm papa so uni Ghana. Are we doing? And I mean, so papa so uni Ghana. And it is normal sometimes with music. If you want to do things for yourself, you have to go out there and get it. You have to. So that's exactly what I did. Paying for things myself. Kakra until I found a record label. Yeah, to work with.
Now let's get to you after I Do Love You. Now I know you had a collaboration with Becca. That is Instrument, another beautiful song.
Thank you.
I like that song.
Thank you so much.
Was the song that was sent to me. I think Richie sent me that song.
Okay.
Albert then.
Albert, okay.
Yeah, Albert sent me that song. Way
back.
Then I was in Sunyani then.
Wow.
Yeah, so I had that song.
Way back.
Yeah, beautiful song.
Thank you.
And now, churning out all these great songs and all that, somebody would like to know, do you see the kind of songs that you write about love, everything about love, but it's presupposed to mean that people of this caliber who write so much about love are not people who are quite fortunate when it comes to issues of love. Is it like that?
I think it's kind of, but not really like that. You get my point. I came to understand something, say, our characters are very different from our gift. There are 2 things. Obu wanuma masa ocean compounds in the suban. So Who on my gospel pa and so Pedro Obia.
Yeah.
The suman and the gift, they are two different things. Obu on so two other ones pass with Nimo do the baku.
And do the yes, Unimo do the
May can't be yes.
Okay.
And the woman in so baby who say Wabo and you not if I don't they picture you to be the song. What you say? Too perfect to make mistakes. So when they fall in love with you and then you're with them, you're not supposed to get mad. Or throw any time you're supposed to be there. And one map, they are like, you're not like your song. Then that becomes a problem.
Okay.
So it's not about us not being lucky when it comes to relationship. It's the fact that the two, they fail to put the two together. No, say I'm also human. You can get me mad. I can also make mistakes. And that when I make the mistakes, you cover me with the love that I'm talking about. But this time, maybe you know people we are perfect as the songs. And but sometimes you're not kind of fortunate with love because the all and your sadness. I feel need to keep and only we will. So it's not like we're not fortunate with love. It's the way it is.
But about not dry, how would you describe your love life like?
My love life?
Yeah.
Mine is pretty simple. Mine is once you're understanding, I think we're good to go when it comes to love for me. I need people because you get my point. And so for somebody to be there for me, you must understand say they may any because far away say into the TBR minute or no. Mine is very simple.
What should I get lucky with women, Anna?
I am.
You are?
Yeah. Pa na chese eba sa na wo na wo ye adwuma na also hunu the choices to make. Obviously it's a journey that I've been through. I've made a journey, and then I would never sit here and lie say I've made the perfect choices. I've made some good mistakes. What I say that's propelled me to be who I am today. If I'm making a choice, I know exactly the choices to make.
When you're broken hearted, that
bruh. I saw to Atari, I saw Momono. I said, what does it mean that? Anybody mean you say?
How is it called on once and then get background and come?
Sure, no, say easy, and you'll be asking the pay musicians. And Debbie Baku when you boss will pay. Or no, some penny will be popular. I
don't need to make you wrong.
Could be baby. It would matters of the heart and more. When you back, love is unfair.
Yeah, love is unfair.
Yeah, I told her, be a whoopee on some before. Target's now open. When you'd give up your stardom and everything for her, but on power and on a Zoom crowd. Oh, who crowd? There might be a bonus crown funnel. What up for me, Israel?
Love is unfair.
I'm telling
that song,
yeah.
I sung the song like.
And think as one make no, it happens everywhere. But so cool say, would the girl be a open? Papa, unya on kwampo boy. And fun. She doesn't. Oh, who kwampo say no. Sana member be so here. When your girl be a girl ne penny pa, who so bar we never papa man so stay on here. What you say, sometimes.
Now, before Matters of the Heart, you had a lot of good relationship with Sarkodie. I know the Mary album.
Yeah.
I don't know your contribution to that very album because purported to be one of the biggest records for Sarkodie as an artist.
Yeah.
How was your contribution to that album?
I think he actually said it on radio. It was everywhere on social media. I did 90% of the album until Cemetery, baby. And where the singers were. Then I produced the beats with one guy called Osei. Yeah, beats in baby area. Namato. Me too, I'm like, okay, one beat me at all. So I look for artists who beat me at all. Then maybe I'm a friend. I'm the new sender who's here. They come to the studio, they come and sing it. Once we are done, we send it to Sarkodie to do his rap. So it's like 90% of it was done by
Now, we share album now, a course, Then after that, I know very well say a lot of work went into you as an artist as well with success music.
Yeah.
Now, when it's success in terms of saying because after your you breaking away from the label and a lot of speculations and I saw the entry 2 years now I know say Ghana for the and some can be brave.
And also
send an ACT Angaza BBC and Jinama free honor.
Oh, there it was a 3-year deal. It was a 3 years national. Yeah, Niakan, I just felt meet me at Wasso. Because Obi anymore, the way you be an also was here. And it drew a point in my life, I felt okay. What I've gotten to, there are some things that I can handle on my own. TV, you know, I spoke to him, it was just a normal conversation. And he understood where I was coming from because being on your own and being on the record label, that means I was also I was be a strong man release. The strong man release be a January. I was able to until March, April before. Ebi an American is when you know any situation be a January, and that's one disadvantage of being under. Yeah, but then we spoke, and then and there was no fight, there was no misunderstanding, and in fact, till date we are still cool. On my album, he's on it. What just yeah, Kasa.
Lighthouse.
Yeah, he's on it. In fact, it was very easy. I had to do some things for him, some inspirational songs for him to make one. To make me the me man no. I'm okay. My job 16 bars be what. He was like, oh, bomb into. So I started playing it, and he was like, okay. In fact, that night now. When you send a song to Sarkodie to do for you, say, "Scatter reasonable. Uncle be email no kwambu." You get my point. But Semeneno anything good, I don't think he would have the heart or the feeling to even start writing for me. So about Bontia, Obia or the Obeka. But me and Meneno, once our relationship is strong, that is good to go.
Now, I would like to ask you this: Cecilia, we are artists. There are other colleague musicians in the game as well. What is that biggest advice that a musician has given to you?
It is. I think it's still Sarkodie on the fact that sometimes you have to be stubborn enough until you achieve. There were times I sent him songs, air danceable, because it started getting into my head, I'm being honest, that we love songs as calm as they are, and yet December Besona artist, I'm shows now, so when I started doing the songs, I started doing some great, when they are all nice songs, I knew, okay, danceable, about out, I was going to make hits and stuff, and then I sent him the calm songs. He listened to all of them, 3 danceable tunes, 1 calm song. He said, Bro, I went there and he was like, you know what? And yes, I knew, but who you are is the last one. And if you don't go by this, and then you choose to go by this, but your span in the music industry is very, very small. So keep maintaining this. Be stubborn enough to make it till you achieve. And the calm song was Shemibo. That's about you singing now, be seen there or you get my point. So that was the advisor. I bought me be seen there. So no matter wherever I am, and as baby I make and what I do, I know say when it comes to love, it has to be the balance that I do, and that's what people love me for. And I'm there to Facebook, baby I say which of my songs do you love, and then the songs that we were talking about to tell you say people are like love what I'm doing, so why should I change from that? The best advice I think I've ever had. I bought me power. Is that be stubborn enough, because once Scanish says about there for life.
I say when I buy a weekend or a territory.
Yes.
Be an own pro.
Say what they want himself will be Baha. How true? Do
true. But now, you know, also the genesis of the now we introduce into the music industry. Don't the high life, but now baby also free air bar. When you faced with some challenges at a point, now maybe a baby bar said, I wanted to do it like they do.
Yeah, those were the times that I said, say, there were times I made your mom in okay. Charlie, dancer boni be Charlie radio, lots of radio play and everything. You get my point. Obviously, I'm human. So who say of course so baby. But the moment I realized, say no, this is where I am, and then there's a hole in the industry and nobody wants to hit there. I felt okay. Let me be there and make sure say me bohwa kusi ebefa. And trust me, till date, I do love you is almost 7 years. And so I'm already be I am a performer that. And if I want to be like the amateur days, the Kudian business and I must learn to be in my lane and do exactly
and have some timeless songs.
Yes, and I think that while I'm sure you can attest to the fact that most of the songs that I'm doing will still stand the test of time.
When you're there, a man so pay. Any other pressure on the bows on any other pressure on the bows on.
You say?
1 10.
That man, pressure the baby.
No, I mean a more pressure.
No, but say more pressure will be doctor. It will be. Sebi you try driver. On go on it. And the pressure there, they are better. One, no, also how we handle those pressures. Yeah.
But do you have any regrets choosing music as a career?
Never. Sometimes I sit back and I'm like, hey, say you pa na me ye pa and can meet my. And you pass I'm a say my junior of free I think I'm still gonna do music. Cause one, so to me if you just say anything, but to me any you're having fun on stage and yet you're getting paid. That must say. And me too before your gift would always take you to places. You know, I'm not using the because and be a back up. But then yes, but but my children and any idea pidgin and you know I would always choose music.
Now industry it got to a point and I said that music wasn't paying because now you name the other avenues that we can tap to get money, like money from streaming platforms and other things.
Yeah.
But as a musician, now Ghana had not quite a show soon. As a unyashi.
Yeah.
But now COVID by everybody was stuck in the house. anyhow.
Yeah.
Are you doing something different apart from being a musician? Probably any job that is attached to the things that you're doing now, or probably.
No, I'm still doing the music. Why? Because I was fortunate. Cinema, you know. Seven core baby uncle perform here. I still write songs for people. I still produce songs for. That's different streams of making money in music.
And it's still out there so trade.
My mom for. To be one person produce man obeje no kakra ha. No onyuma be sine kra migiso a metra menwie. Almost be for. Nti me se meje kakra kakra ofo ni nyina wa calculate say
here is a bound be come.
You know. Maybe I was fortunate. Corona time, you know. There were times I was playing for lots of TV stations. We went crowd ha. Or the other you never know. On the class, only you met to
But now writing in a simbi a bag and I think say a month for it came into the news and Akwaboah training mama a big artist be or US and a collaboration be baso.
Yeah.
Yenim sasem no senesi na then a see ntia bepumende no. It
was true. Send me a my nese may tremble. A tree now. You know. Meaning, it was a feature. We were Ghana and what my working away as any meals through to Obi Bridge. And in the Bacona, I can't obey. But in the Bacona, on your songwriter was a butcher or more. Very huge artist. But on your songwriter, and you know, or more pay, Bibisa, Afrofield, Kakrabi, Sebian Bacono bit my match to whoever or Anno. And Nipa Morgan and Nipa Bemi and San Etriocoy, they didn't like it. So Ghana or Future Nipacono contacted me and I wrote something for them. And funny enough, they loved the MMA. I know be free today or Ghana. Yes, I got to remember a butcher for and say. The organ no nyini bakese yesa wo
PhD for no
and I got to remember the bakone nyekese and do ni bakese dia we ni no hana but we dey no we beginner and obviously anybody who's coming into your country also wants also numbers no
tap into
yes
as well
and you know I'm almost okay ni bakone nyesa and everything started going from good to bad and then as a no and you know everything that about Montimbian was very true. But so nipa desene.
Ba uni Ghana ni ne kose no.
Oni Ghana nipa. Ghana ni. I don't know.
What says no? How's not feeling it to say because it's a bigger opportunity. Even so when you're bigger, that song could have made you bigger.
Probably, yeah.
Nah,
I think for me, everything's about timing. Once you know, send your oxygen name be a. You know, I'm so sad right now. obviously me nipa me dream kakra me be having kakra, but then I had to just advise myself and move on. Why? Okay, we are my, but I think that there's a bigger one out there. So instead of me worrying about why don't I wait? Na kasi be na dachi no e yede yan beba ti ha me kakra de, but I have to be honest. I just have to get over it and then move.
Critics ewo you go to social media amount for a bully amount for sir. Do those things sometimes get to you? Nayana, how do you manage such situations? Sanya Mariana, there were a lot of videos and there's security. If you want more way, say Akwaboah. Those things, you know, some person that you are, and as on Shadam Pekasasa.
Some nipa. And eventually, what is Sanya Mana, a baby break you kakra. But then, if I talk about it, I'm feeding it. Naturally, oni pe bia odi ya woni mu a ogusu kan wasem no o feedi eya no enti from pain it becomes hatred for nipa no. And I mean I don't have time to hate and I go through because one I didn't see we and the social media. Truth be told, humans and Ghana for yepe asem yebehwem ehudi wom aka wasem acha 2-3 days na atwam obi di ne de be you there. And some Bible tenase bedwendwi we hona say I have to react to all of them. I'm not even ready for me being who Nyankopon am. You know, obviously there are some things I mean who it bothers me, but I wouldn't comment. Me ma osa akwanya na says that platform to keep doing what you know no me famo. Nti me who bia ebufu pa, but then I take it easy.
Wangaza pekasana.
Oh, so only media me bon komo kama, but I'm very quiet person, a bit reserved. Yeah, minya music, minya movies kakra, there's food at home, bit much of them the whole day. Once I have the music there, me person me train ma, no studio kakra or meet my man. I want to me go unless I have to perform, and I'm sorry. No party.
So aside you being in the house writing music and all that, what is a normal day life for Akwaboah like?
Well, I have to be honest, my normal day is kind of boring. It is still the same things that I do. Unless I have some meetings to attend and everything, but then it has been always home, working on the songs, finding great ideas, okay, putting them on, like writing them down on my phone.
As a okay, as a minus like relationship and other things. As I won't share that when it comes to my side now.
No, say obi of fear. That's when you obi of fear. What I say, and I see, I need myself to really put everything that I'm doing out there. Cause one, I have a very heavy family to take care of. I have a mark to make. And there's something that drives me almost every time to do something. So that is the goal I'm looking at. Some things will cross me definitely with money or baby or fee like a girlfriend and a baby one. But then say me didn't know can only yeah. What we have because of time amount. What must you? And I might want to take care of you very well. And anywhere it becomes a problem. So you establish yourself. Once you're good, then you know so whoever you're bringing into your home is well sorted. And every woman be so baby security wunya no. Security need. Here busana odeba.
L'argent.
But that's and then you say be American because me you free man say I'm not like sometimes you need to position yourself. Yeah.
You Pakistan
kakra. And you be so say me person me nyesika nyina ewie ansana my baby no, but then you need to be okay.
So like what is the ideal woman for you? What defines an ideal woman for you?
Ideal woman.
The ope oba unyana ope specs no. It is saying
Kobe
is a bad man.
Specs no be specs no. But I think one thing I look for first time about Sunyame.
Okay.
Because remember I can't say me to me trouble for. There will be times I'll miss certain mistakes. And how are you going to forgive me if you don't fear God? What you say? Ti asemba obehwe Nyankopon because be man na yetri obehwe Nyame se Nyame nti media chew. Ti number 1 oba osu Nyame. Wo fi won man sana oba intelligence. You get my point. About a bit smart. Yes, be a heavy and a bit. Obia, she has something to put on the table. Send me to be my block kakra. Me person me releasing you, but how do I go by it? Oh, yeah. Don't you think say and you may be sanke tre emphasis and a good t-shirt so she has say a tongue can discover. You bet me the course shop where at least she gives you some ideas. It is not about the money because eventually offer secretary 1,000, I can say 1,000 that. Eventually, no, you will definitely choose one.
Yeah.
It's not even about say I do want say particularly or need a good. You need now who say idea open or because it's not about today or tomorrow. It's about 5-15 years from where you are. There are lots of relationships and our marriages and work, you know, is because somebody foolishly, excuse me to say, she say about your body, you know, coffee. After a year and a half or 2 years, you know, once about never done a bed in the because the whole union there's no push from Obano. So the ideal person is first rule number one, a woman who fears God, a little bit smart, and then the rest come full. Obviously, who about over any months and me idea. Me idea. When I'm the one and penum. You're more than anything you know if you
say we are now vegetarian.
Kakra. And then baby, but yeah, I'm being honest.
And now let's talk about Matters of the Heart.
Yeah.
That album is just super.
And
all the songs that made that list. It's just a song that you can't skip any of the songs of that album.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what informed or what actually went into writing that Matters of the Heart. And why Matters of the Heart? Because in the first place, we can say akumemu asem and kind of sound. Do akumemu asem? How? Just help us. What defined Matters of the Heart, the album in totality?
So line now, Matters of the Heart. So there are things that we barely don't talk about. We've got party songs, you party. But you bedroom fear. Something eats you up. Maybe your bar na in relationships, maybe oh boy, girl be gino. Yeah. What must you? And I say, boy, you open but on pill. But you've gone partying, what party you you know, a cow on your bed. In your heart, when you say, a seminary real, say, I don't know, boy, no boy, but no, you don't get to hear them through music. Because everybody is busy doing let's pop some champagne, let's do blah blah blah. You get my point. One, and you know, I wanted to speak on those issues, like talk about them. Say, and same way I can watch them. Uti Matters of the Heart. The song itself, it's like a wedding vow. And maybe we worked on troubled waters. So it's actually like a wedding vow for Uti Shemeboa. Shemeboa is like a brand here was Sisua. On whom
torn between two walls.
You get my past whether to go with that's French and I say
different.
Yes, you get my point. So there are things that we barely talk about in relationships. And those are the issues I wanted to touch on. And I'm here. Matters of the Heart,
Like, does it have anything to do with you, your personality, something that you were going through? And as it was your state of mind that you wanted the world to experience it?
So, we can't say me independent, you know. There are some things that still love and fair. Maybe a story, maybe Shamebo, maybe a story in a kakra, what I say. Who feel in a broken home. I just when it's the idea, because we feel into no as a brand, you know. Do you still want to take your hat off and as you still want to be with somebody? So there were petty things we want. I have to be honest. Be a story. Be things, issues are all outside. I wanted to touch on.
Matters of the Heart, a masterpiece, timeless songs of that project. But do you actually see that it got the attention, or probably the work that went into that project, and how people received that project? What kind of saying?
I think that to date, Krampuno, Matters of the Heart is like a fine wine. It gets better
as it gets older.
Exactly. So the goal was not to do something for you to like in a month or two. but something that would be appreciated even after 15 years. You get my point? Once you quality is always remembered when price is forgotten.
I like that.
You know, Matters of the Heart was for that. Not say the attention, say me pay attention because me pen in there, and I will be a rational BGM is say okay, above the year, the movie, blah blah. No. Until date, Matters of the Heart is like 3 years.
3 years, yeah.
And some album for Grandma, people will still
are still jamming to the songs of that project.
Exactly. So it's even coming up. Yeah, more. Yeah. So I think, and then you should see my shows, and I'm performing every song on the album.
People sing along.
I'm telling you, and that gingers me. So you might think maybe it's not really played on radio because they need attention, but there are people who love those songs to the core. And for me, I am fine. Once we have the shows and then you get the attention that you need, I'm fine.
Now I want us to enjoy the Ensesa of the Lighthouse project, and I think Lighthouse is the new album dropping.
Yes, that's the new album. Yeah,
Lighthouse.
Yeah.
And then you have an action chapel. CCC.
We will tweet visa. Oh, Twitter say, I call why Lighthouse. Yeah, try action chapel.
So let's check out Ensesa Dana Akwaboah no musio kakra na eba. Ye made Lighthouse on komo kakra na ye rap ya po ase ya. Okwa sorry ho ntina fa Lighthouse na Lighthouse no dey put na the Lighthouse dey gina ho mai. Okay. Me kwa sorry Lighthouse. Me must a friend of Parliament Chapel International. Okay. Apostle Francis Makwata. Okay. Lighthouse is very simple. So be a Lighthouse esipuano. The fapem no concrete mo na dey ahye a gina ho. Enti se humbe tu se dem be bonu na sefo nyina no it still stands where it is na emu no eto ne light eto poso eko around into obi bia a wo poso a eyesum no they see the light and they come back home. So it's simple. I am the Lighthouse and more music industry name, and I'm doing high life, deeply rooted in high life. So I'm throwing my lights on all the music genres, telling them say the light to Ghana music is high life, so they should find their way back home. Simple. So talking about the Lighthouse project now, how many songs do you intend putting on that project? And other artists that you're working on when it comes to that?
I've got few features on the album because this one I call it a rebirth because first album, I remember because me here, you know, me here Masako there. Second one also, it was on Success Music. In the way, particular one here, me and Kasa, I'm funding everything myself, doing everything myself.
Akwaboah Music.
Yes, Akwaboah Music. In the way, I'm friend, rebirth. Because me de, can say. A pushy and I'm establishing
a pain.
Yes, I can say I'm at home. What must you know? For me, you know, I think for me, I would love people to pay attention to the songs or albums. When the numbers need them, the as to say 10, say 15-minute team, you know. I had when a date a baby is in the crampono. And we're still talking about it, but eventually, everything is going to come out.
But in totality, how would you describe Lighthouse album?
Pretty simple, like I said. This time I've got so many songs on it, like different genres of songs. And you're back now because I highlight, and I'm trying to show you the production side of Akwaboah, the songwriter side of Akwaboah, and the Akwaboah the performer. What you say? So I've got songs on the album. I'm performing. I've got songs on the album I produced, but I didn't sing.
Hey.
Yes. So I'm showing 3 sides of Akwaboah, which is the Lighthouse. Telling you, the only way to go is Akwaboah or High Life. Yeah. So I've got Akwaboah the performer, Akwaboah the singer, and then a songwriter.
Yeah. So, and then I'm wondering, say, album. Now, what should you produce? Now you're not to it.
Yeah.
First time I'm hearing this thing.
Yeah.
So I'm on for the tone you might produce.
Yeah. So that is Akwaboah, the songwriter.
The songwriter.
Yeah. And I'm Mama Tua, Akwaboah the performer.
And the producer.
Yes.
Is also there.
Yeah.
And it production works. You know, there are other people that you work with.
On
this project.
I'll say on the studio, friend Groove House.
House.
Yes, yeah. Studio, yeah, I know.
Also, he's doing most for.
Yes.
I know I watch his live videos.
Yeah, exactly. And I work KC. KC, I'm not here supposed to me. Yeah. Those songs are not something, you know. KC,
American.
Me that's it. So KC works on the up tempo songs and then drills. Name and all. I say yeah, live. And then the other songs on it. I'm
saying, come on, say Akwaboah who's all about root, you know. Not hating the jazz is a people. And I was adding.
Akwaboah.
Kumasi na te infa
pankrono
enti u ba out me ko ho ko hwe ana se obi
o se obi en ho o ba brema UG society enti yeah
okay
enti me ko aja ho na me ko
enti still you have family in Kumasi here?
Yeah, my family nya no mo apart from my dad on Waterma my siblings they all here in Kumasi enti me ko na me Akwaboah they pimpim so ho no sa
e no ga say bibi ntia nka
no so bra come on be do vukra my so
So Akwaboah 2021 is still young and we can yacha finimu. I feel I half idea. I don't know the message that you've gotten for your fans and people who have actually supported you from day one. And Sembia work at what they should anticipate from your camp. You know, Lighthouse album is coming pretty soon.
Yeah.
Is there any programs via one-on-one? And also, because Sonia, the events under your sleeves.
I think when the corona nintino, everyone never slow down kakra. So now, yeah, we will put things in place to have shows because I know my fans miss me a lot. Me, because that's my film. Menya, coming on one-on-one. Yeah, boss 2 hours. So we have things we are putting in place for shows, concerts, and Sunday manner. But then I want to tell every fan out there, say I can't see man the BCBC and Yankupon anymore. And you know, every from January, banner and shut call the way I open. But then there won't be a time I ever say it be do January, December, and Yankupon, and yes, Emma will be. And everybody should learn to be patient and then believe in God. Yeah.
Share with us your social media handles. I know a lot of them would love to follow you, get to interact with you, and all that.
So on I think it's Akwaboah Music.
Akwaboah Music.
IG Akwaboah Music, Twitter Akwaboah Music, Facebook Akwaboah Music, TikTok ne Snapchat nkwana Akwaboah 1.
Akwaboah 1.
Oh yeah, and baby. Yeah.
Any special shout out to special people?
Yes, I want to thank my mom. I want to thank my dad, Mami Santua Master. Mr. Louis Kojo Akwaboah. I want to thank my brothers. You know, my back must be they hold me down. I keep saying Ishmael, Ajinim, Maunyo, Kobe himself. I mean, they hold me down. They made it everything. So I just want to say thank you to all of them, and God bless them. Wow. Yeah.
All right, so the name is Akwaboah Jr. and it's been great having you on the show. We appreciate the love and the support that and the beautiful songs that you are churning out. We are proud of you.
Thank you.
And you know the world will one day live to see a great performer, a songwriter, and a producer as well.
Yeah.
Embodiment of greatness.
Yeah.
All right, so like I said, thank you so much, and many thanks to all the wonderful guys who came around to support us. Many thanks to Kobe, who is actually leading the team in Kumasi here for putting this wonderful thing together. And also many thanks to the Nakwame, my camera guy, Abe, the floor manager, Mr. Mosapo behind sound and lighting, Amos Lai, producer extraordinaire, Diva Stone, Director One, to Robert, to Nakwame, to everybody out there. We'd like to celebrate with you, and this has been your show, my show. Together we run it. And there are a lot of pleasantries in here that people want to give away. We have some portraits for Akwaboah and all that, but we are doing everything off air right here on the show. This has been great having you on at the other end of the television doing the watching. My name is Nanosai Kessben. Just call me Mr. Bones, aka Mr. Incredible. Let's celebrate some people who were born this very month, this very week, and this very day.